point. This does, I'm not really good at the point thing, but we're going to give it to you. If you're going to write one down, it says, unbelief can block your breakthrough. Unbelief can block your breakthrough. There are some times that our unbelief is the culprit behind us not receiving what God has for us. And we've got to understand that unbelief can block us from receiving a breakthrough. So when we come into our passage, what we find is Jesus is coming on the scene, and he's coming into an argument. There's a dispute going on with the scribes and the apostles and the father of the child that needs deliverance. And Jesus comes on the scene, and he is frustrated. After he asks them, what are y'all talking to them about? Well, he is frustrated. Somebody say frustrated. And he's not frustrated because the man says, listen, I brought my son to you to heal him because he had the spirit, and your apostles couldn't do anything about it. Now, now, if you're not careful, you'll read that passage and think that Jesus is upset and frustrated with the apostles or his disciples. But he's not frustrated with his disciples. Now, the scribes were individuals who would write down the scripture and messages of those who would teach and all the rabbis and whatnot. So the scribes they were religious leaders. Somebody say religious leaders. And so here we find religious leaders coming on the scene where there should have been something happen, but instead of them sowing belief in the situation, they were presently sowing doubt. They were arguing because, number one, their job was to try to discredit Jesus and his ministry. And so I need you to understand this. There are sometimes people around you that will sow doubt in you because they don't believe God can do anything for you. And you got to be careful that you do not surround yourself with people that are filled with bitterness, hatred, and doubt. Because let me tell you something, sometimes the biggest doubters are the ones who have been disappointed. And I want you to understand that sometimes disappointment or delay can breed unbelief. So we've got to be careful that we do not allow disappointments of life to breed unbelief on the inside of us. Because we got to learn how to believe and trust God regardless of the circumstance.